NeNe, I love you, sis. Lord knows I do. But we got to talk. We got to talk about what you're doing wrong in this dating streets out here in 2026. We really have to talk. Y'all meet me in the suite. Let's talk about it after my intro plays. Give me about 51 seconds. Y'all grab your wine, grab you a comfortable place to sit because we going to talk about dating 101 and NeNe's big mistake. 51 seconds. Meet me here in the suite. Since the beginning of times, beauty salons and barbershops have had a special place in the hearts of the industry professionals and the patrons alike. We can all remember trips to the shop, special moments made, conversations had, and lessons learned. From politics to pop culture, the latest gossip, love and relationships, and social movements. It's all talked about. Lifelong friendships are created, networks are built, ideas are shared, and politicians are made or broken. Our power is great. Our reach is wide. This is the place where we all shine, from the beginning to the end of times. Let's keep the conversation alive. Join me in my suite from your suite, and let's talk about the tea. Welcome back to the suite. My name is Tanya, and this is Sweet Tea. And in Sweet Tea, here in the suite, we discuss all kind of things that we talk about in hair salons, barbershops, your favorite makeup artist chairs, your favorite nail salon, and all those good things. And y'all know we talk about relationships. You know we talk about relationships all the time. And as a stylist of 27 years now, and I've been in hair salons since I was 16 years old. I'm 46 now. So for 30 years, I've been working in hair salons and around women of all ages, all races, at all different times in their lives. And you guys already know you get the best advice from your hairstylist. Y'all know that, right? I know you guys y'all come for the hairstyle, but you guys stay because the conversation is good and the tea is always hot, right? And so that's what Sweet Tea is about. That's what this digital salon platform is about, but it's a conversation platform. But y'all gonna learn as we build. So build with me. Build with me. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. But we're gonna talk about today, though, right now in this edition of Sweet Tea is NeNe Leaks. Our girl NeNe Leaks. And NeNe is out here in these dating streets. Okay. NeNe Leaks in these dating streets. That's what we're gonna talk about. And we're gonna talk about one of NeNe's biggest mistakes. One of the biggest mistakes that she's been making. And I feel like I can speak on this because of my experience as a hairstylist, my experience I say as a hairstylist because that experience gives me so many years of experience with women and women who have been dating and navigating the world of men for so long, okay? And personal experience. And there's one big thing that I feel like so many of us make. And I feel like NeNe is in this space right now and she's learning, but we're going to talk about I'm going to give her the cheat sheet and I'm going to give y'all the cheat sheet too, okay? I'm going to give you guys the cheat sheet of what I have learned in my time as a hairstylist, in my time counseling, and I say counseling because that's what we do, counseling thousands of women, okay? Through dating and relationships and marriages and divorces and everything else. So let me put this video back up. And let me also preface this video by saying that I am a huge NeNe fan. So I might be biased when it comes to NeNe Leakes. And I'm a huge NeNe fan because first of all, I've been watching Housewives since day one, and I watch a lot of the cities. But NeNe has always resonated with me because NeNe has always felt so familiar. And familiar in the sense that she felt like a friend. She felt like a big sister. She felt like a young auntie. She felt like an older cousin. Because she is very similar to a lot of people in my family. So that being said, I'm gonna always be biased towards NeNe. Put that disclaimer out there right now, okay? As y'all get to know me, you will know that I just that's my girl. That's my girl. So, anyways, lately or here recently, she has been dating. We all know that she was married to Greg Leaks forever. God rest his soul. And there is going to be no one else like Greg for NeNe. So, one thing that we cannot do when we are new to dating or dating after a long-term relationship is to compare the two people or to compare different people or to expect your new relationship to be like your old relationship or your new partner to be like your old partner, because that's just never going to happen. We're talking about different people here. But I want to talk about in particular this situation that is going viral, and that's not her all.
Do a real smile. Like it.
A real smile. Let's see.
Let me see the smile. Do a real smile. Like it.
A real smile. Let's see. So, NeNe's, okay. So this is what happened. Let's just lay out the facts and then we can talk about where I believe her mistake went. So this is what happened. She was at a basketball game. I believe it was a Memphis Grizzlies game. And she was sitting ringside, court seat with this gentleman, this guy who I guess she's dating. And then this video has gone viral because she and her shared a little kiss or whatever, and someone posted it. But first of all, NeNe, you would know, or if she doesn't know, she should know. First of all, anybody, even if you were not NeNe Leakes, if you sitting courtside at a NBA game, everybody's gonna see you. But when you're sitting courtside at a basketball game and you're NeNe Leakes and you're with a gentleman that people have not seen you with before, all eyes are gonna be on you. There's going to be videos rolling. There's going to be pictures taken, and people are going to be talking about it. So we cannot act like NeNe didn't know that people were going to be talking about this. They knew. She knew that. She knew that. Okay. So that being said, this is what happened afterwards, though. Of course, the fandom went to digging. They went to digging, baby. And they went to digging and they went to Googling and getting on Reddit and everything else, and they have discovered that old boy has a past, as we all do, okay? And apparently he was charged before. He was charged with some pretty serious charges as it pertains to a past relationship. And this was like 9 years ago, I believe, from what I read. And the details, of course, we don't know, but I do know the charges were something they were pretty serious charges, and anything like that would definitely or should raise red flags. But what I also read, because of course you can't just take a headline and just run with it. You need to do your own research, or at least I do, because I'm nosy like that. Like I got to find out like what's going on, right? Especially because NeNe is my girl, right? NeNe is our girl. So we don't want NeNe to be with just any old body, right? So I think even when people are digging, they're not digging, they're digging because they nosy. You didn't put this dude courtside with you at the basketball game, NeNe. You better believe we gonna dig. You better believe we gonna find out who the hell he is and what's going on. And not only because we're nosy, but because we love you and we're protective of you. So we don't want you to just be with any old body, right? And we want to make sure that whoever you're with is worthy of being with NeNe Leakes, you know? And not only that, but we know that you are not experienced in this dating world. And these dating streets is a lot different than they were before you married Greg. They're a lot different than they were even when you were on your break from Greg and you saw those few people. And of course, your intentions are probably different than they were then. So after everybody found out that this dude had this shady past, and they started talking about it, NeNe put out this other video. So here's that video.
So it's not my thing. It's not something that I like, but because I want to date with intention,
Hold
I
on,
thought,
y'all.
let me try it anyway.
I'm going to rewind it. Give me 1 second. I want to start it from the beginning. So NeNe put this video out in response to the backlash that old boy is getting because we nosy and we done found out about his past. Okay, here's her response.
Why? That's so not necessary. Listen, most people know that I was married for a really, really long time, married to Greg Leaks. After Greg's passing, I started dating somebody that I really hoped that the relationship was going to work out. And right now we're like on a break, okay? And we have taken multiple breaks. And so I said to myself in this dating thing, because I've never dated my entire life. I've always been like in a relationship and never really had the opportunity to even date in my life. And so I said to myself, you know what? I really want to date with intention. I really want to give it like a real shot and date with intention, find my life partner and go somewhere and sit down, you know? So men tend to date multiple women all the time, 2 and 3 women at a time. So it's not my thing. It's not something that I like, but because I want to date with intention, I thought, let me try it anyway. So I simply went on a date. I'm not in a relationship with anybody. And I really hate that y'all had this man picture thrown all around online. Now y'all pulling up this man's past. It's just messed up. I was trying to be in my soft girl era. Damn, now I got to turn back to a tomboy. I just wanted to date with intention. And he's a nice guy. We went out. We had fun. I don't know what the future holds. We were not kissing as they have it. You're kissing. We pecked. Okay, there's a difference between kissing and pecking. We just pecked. We were drinking, just having fun and laughing and taking pictures with friends. We had no idea that somebody in our little friend circle would send a video over to the blogs and have us all out here like this today. I'm dating, okay, with intention. If you guys know somebody I should date, let me know. Send me an email. My email is up on my Instagram. But they have to be at the same level or higher. Same level or higher. Yes, we must. I mean, so that's a part of me dating with intention. That's it. Like, I really hate that. Hey, Arthur, he's a nice guy. Hi, Yanni, he's a nice guy. I'm just dating. Men do it all the time. They date multiple people. So it's time for me to start dating and stop waiting on one person to get it together. So that's it. Leave that man alone. That's a nice man over there. Leave him alone. His past is his past. We all got past. You know? I mean, we do, you guys. Any questions? Ah, there's a knock at the door. Any questions? Let me see. There's so many questions on here. Oh, my God. Yeah, I hate when people do that, like making that man feel some kind of way. He's a great guy. And that man, that stuff was never even real, what happened. I mean, he'll tell you his own story. I can't tell it for him.
Okay. Let me say this to you guys. What I read about this guy, Arthur, that she was dating and about his past. So it was like a domestic violence situation. And his spouse or his ex accused him of SA and DV and a lot of horrible things. So that's what he was charged with. But all of the charges were dropped, or he was acquitted. Not just dropped, he was found not guilty. He was found not guilty of all of them except for one misdemeanor charge. And I forget what it was, but it wasn't anything with the SA or the DV. So let's just say that. So, but this is where, let's dissect this video. And I'm going to tell you guys from a hairstylist point of view, from your favorite hairstylist point of view. Okay, y'all know what it's like when you're sitting in a hair salon chair, you're telling your hairstylist everything, and they about to give you some good advice. I'm about to give NeNe some good advice. And y'all get to be in on it too, because I'm going to put it out there for all of y'all to see. And trust me, you need to hear it. You need to hear it.
Why? That's so not necessary. Listen, most people know that I was married for a really, really long time, married to Greg Leaks. After Greg's passing, I started dating somebody that I really hoped that the relationship was going to work out. And right now we're like on a break. Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about that. She is referring to the guy Yanni, when she's saying that she was dating somebody. She's referring to, oh no, that's not him. That's Arthur. She's referring to this dude here. Okay. This guy here, Yanni. And this relationship started out not so good, because this is the same guy whose wife or ex-wife was trying to sue NeNe for alienation of affection or something when she was divorcing Yanni, saying that they were having an affair. Of course, NeNe denied that. She denied that she had anything to do with their separation or their divorce. And I don't know if she was trying to sue NeNe, but I know she put it in her divorce papers. Like, it was all out there. It's public. Y'all can go look it up, find it. I ain't lying. Okay. So that alone was a huge red flag. That was a red flag. So the first mistake that she has made while dating again after Greg has passed is ignoring red flags. The fact that he was not done with one situation before he dragged her into another situation or into that situation is a red flag, because he's not protecting her at that point. He's not protecting her. Even if he met her and he thought that she was someone who he would be interested in, knowing the person that he was married to and the contentiousness or the climate in their relationship, he should have known that it was not going to be okay with her for him to have a public relationship with NeNe Leakes. And if he knew that, to be public with NeNe Leakes and to allow her to be dragged in the middle of this mess is not protecting her. So that's a red flag. If anyone would put you in a situation where you are not going to be protected, or the situation could be unhealthy or bad for your reputation or your lifestyle or your family or your children, that's a red flag. We don't ignore those things, okay? Like, if someone is in a situation like that, they shouldn't be trying to date anybody. Not seriously, because you already know it's going to be some drama. So this relationship started off with some toxicity, okay? And then the fact that she said they've been on again, off again, and right now they're on a break. Well, she thought that they were going to work out. She said that she thought that that relationship was going to work out. Work out to be what? So what was your intention when you started dating him? If your intention was for this to turn into a lifelong thing or a long-term relationship, you have to think about the way that it starts. And it's starting off with him not being completely finished or not having all of his business taken care of with the previous partner or the previous relationship. So he's starting off not protecting you. He's starting off not protecting your relationship, not protecting your image, not protecting your emotions. So is it that you wanted something to be long-term with him and you were ignoring the red flags? Or is it because you were just leaving? Is it because she was just leaving the relationship with Greg that she had been in since her 20s, her early 20s with Greg, where he was so protective of her and provided so much companionship, that now she just doesn't know how to be without someone. So, and that's very normal. That's very normal. So the first mistake that NeNe made was to be in a relationship or to entertain someone who was not completely done with the previous relationship. NeNe knows that's breaking her own rules. She is the one that is famous for close your legs to married men. NeNe knew that was breaking her own rules. So the first thing she did, like I said, she ignored red flags and she ignored her own intuition because she knew better. And then you were hoping that something would work out in a situation that you already knew going into it was not going to be blessed because you know better. It's different if you have no morals and you have no values and you don't care. It's different. If you were like Kim and you just don't give a crap, that's different. But you know better, NeNe. So you can't compromise who you are as a person to settle for companionship just to have it. Okay? That's never going to work out. That's never going to work out. So rule number 1 is don't compromise who you are as a person. Don't compromise who you are as a person. Don't look over red flags. Don't look past red flags. Okay? The other thing, let's listen to this video some more. We're going to keep dissecting it.
We have taken multiple breaks. And so I said to myself in this dating thing, because I've never dated my entire life. I've always been like in a relationship and never really had the opportunity to even date in my life. And
okay, y'all, this is huge. That is huge, okay? And that is the position that so many of us find ourselves in, especially Black women. We find ourselves in the situation where we never have dated a variety at the same time because we were not taught to do that, okay? First of all, we had to hide our relationships. Like, your first boyfriend, your parents don't even know you had that first boyfriend. Probably not your second or your third boyfriend either. Because you weren't allowed to have a boyfriend until you were like 16, 17 years old. So when you are finally, and when I say boyfriend, when you 12, 13, 14, you think you have a boyfriend, but that doesn't mean that it's not, it's puppy love. It's somebody you're talking to on the phone. You're going to meet them at the dance, things like that. But even with that, you need to be, as kids, as young girls, we need to be coached through that. Okay? We need to be coached through that. So as parents, we need to be open to our little girls having friends that could be potential dates in the future, or play dates. Even when they're kids and they have play dates together, we have to teach them how they want to be treated. And we have to teach them how to demand that from the people who they choose to spend time with. And if they're not getting those things, then we don't have play dates with those people, right? So how do you know? How do you know who you would want to be your friend? You have to have a variety of play dates, right? So it's the same thing with dating in relationships. If we don't have a variety of play dates, we don't know who we want to date long term. Same as when we're kids, right? And our parents are able to guide us through the choice of who we make friends with. And even when we make friends on our own, our parents are very influential as to in if those friendships blossom or if they just stall or how deep they become. Because if the parents don't like the kids, then that kid's not going to be invited to come over your house or to have play dates with you. And parents have reasons for why they don't like those kids. And it's usually something about the way that kid is treating you, the way you guys get along together, or about their family or things like that. And that's important in the dating world too. That's important when we're dating, right? So as parents, we need to, and as kids, young girls, we need to be coached through dating and learning who to date, learning what friends do I have and how do they make me feel when I'm with them? Do I feel sad after I play with this little boy because he's throwing dirt in my face and he's calling me names? Or do I feel protected when I play with this little boy because he opens the door for me, or he let me use his umbrella when it was raining outside? You know what I'm saying? It's things like that we have to teach our girls early to look for in the friends that they choose to have and eventually the boys that they choose to date. But if we are not allowing them to date out loud because they have to wait until they're 16 or 17. And then we're not allowing them to have a boyfriend until they're 16 or 17, but we miss out on the dating part. We miss out on teaching our girls how to date and teaching our boys how to date. We'll tell them you can't have a boyfriend or girlfriend till you're 16 or 17 years old. But at 16 or 17 years old, when I haven't had any experience dating, how do I know who I should choose to be my boyfriend or my girlfriend? Right? And so that's what NeNe is saying here. She never had an opportunity to just date. And what dating means is we're going to hang out and see if we like each other. That's it. That doesn't mean we kissing. That doesn't mean we're sleeping together. That doesn't mean you have any claims to me or I have any claims to you. That means as kids, especially as teenagers and stuff, that means we're going to go get some ice cream and we're going to go talk. And we're going to go see if we even have anything to talk about. We're going to go see if I like the way you chew your damn ice cream, And if I can't stand and look at you, then I don't want to go on a date with you anymore. So you won't be my boyfriend, right? Or if we go to get the ice cream and you walk through the door, you let the door slam in my face, and I want a guy to open doors for me because that's what my mother has taught me is appropriate, then I know that you're not the guy for me. So I might not go out with you again. So you'll never get to boyfriend status, right? So I think that that's where so many of us are so inexperienced. It's just having that variety to date. And like I said, that means starting a date early. This is a perfect little roadmap for dating, okay? And you can't go on a date. You have to do this. I have a friend that's a therapist, a relationship therapist. And this is something that he said that I thought was so helpful. And it's something easy. And I've shared this with so many of my clients that are dating. Before you start dating, and when I say dating, I mean like interviewing for your boyfriend, because that's what dating should be. Dating should be interviewing for who's going to get the title of exclusive boyfriend or girlfriend or partner. Okay, that's what dating is. That's what dating should be. And interviewing. Okay, you're interviewing for boyfriend. You're interviewing for who's going to be exclusive or who you're going to be exclusive with. And up until somebody gets hired for the job, all you're doing is dating. Y'all all still interviewing. Okay, that's not that hard, right? We can all agree that that's not that hard. But just like for any job, when you're interviewing for any job, or if someone is doing an interview for a job, you have to know the criteria. You have to know the job description. You have to know the requirements to get the job. All those things are important, right? So the same thing when you're dating, because again, dating is interviewing for the job of being my man, right? You're interviewing for the job of being my man. So if I'm hiring for this position, then I need to know what the requirements are. So when I have this job description in my head, I already know what I'm looking for. I already know what I'm looking for. This is very important. So write this down. Write this down. You need to take time, at least a week, to really meditate and brainstorm on 3 things. What it is that you absolutely have to have in a partner. It's number 1. Non-negotiables, things you absolutely have to have in a relationship or a partner. That's number 1. Number 2, things that you are willing to compromise on. Things that you would like, but I could compromise on that. Like, it could be anything. It could be that I would like somebody to make $100,000 a year, but I would compromise if they made 75. That could be one of those things. Or I would like to live in, on the East Coast, but I'm open to moving. So that could be one of those things that you could compromise on. Okay. So we have things that are non-negotiables, things you absolutely have to have. That's category number 1 or column number 1. Column number 2 is things that you are willing to compromise or negotiate on. Okay. And column number 3 are absolute no-nos. Absolute no-nos. Absolute deal breakers. Okay. And I want you to spend time creating this list. You can start on it today, but I want you to meditate on it. I want you to add to the list. I want you to, sometimes you might find that something that you thought was a non-negotiable might actually be something you were willing to compromise on. So it could change. You could move different things to different columns. Okay. But I want you to spend time on it because this is literally you taking the time to create the requirements of what it's going to take to make you happy. And that's not, and to create a life that you could live with, that you want for yourself. Okay. So that's not just meeting somebody and seeing if they could fit into your life or you could fit into their life. This changes the game because now you're meeting people and you're seeing if how they check the boxes required to be your dude or your partner. Okay. That changes the game for you. You're now not dating just to date and see if you could live with them. See if, okay, I could do this. Oh yeah, I could see us together. No, now you're dating and you're going home and you're looking at your list. You're thinking about, okay, all these things that you said were required. Did he say anything tonight that falls in this category? Did he say anything tonight that I would have to compromise on that falls in this category? Did he say anything tonight that is on my list of absolute deal breakers? Okay. And if they have said anything that's on your list of absolute deal breakers, get the fuck on. That's it. That's it. It's simple, right? It makes dating so much easier. So it's about, the first thing you have to do is to make this list though. Before you jump out there in the dating world, you have to make this list. So that way you are truly dating with intention. The intention is finding somebody, or you are interviewing and you're trying to see who checks these boxes that you have taken the time to curate for yourself. It's not about them. This is all about you. It's all about you. This is your life. Okay? It's all about you. Let's go back to the video.
You know what? I really want to date with intention. I really want to give it like a real shot and date with intention. Find my life partner. And
so the intention that she's dating with, I'm assuming, is to find her life partner. To find her life partner. That's the intention. But if that's the case, why are you wasting time with Yanni, who is on and off again with, who you already know does not care to protect you, or has failed to protect you publicly, has failed to protect your image, has failed to protect you legally, as far as his wife is concerned, would even start a relationship with you knowing your NeNe leaks and knowing that everybody's going to be in your business and everyone's going to be in his business, and he has this going on with the wife, and you're still on and off again with him. It's time to leave him alone. Make your list and see if Yanni, make your list. Don't think about Yanni. Yanni don't have nothing to do with your list. Make your list. Take a week, make the list, and then go back and see if Yanni, see how he checks out to the list. And guess what? If he has any of those things, any of those non-negotiables at all, leave him alone. Because he's not doing anything but wasting your time and blocking your blessings. It started off toxic. it's gonna stay toxic and it's gonna be toxic until you get up out of there. And that's the reality with that one. Now, this other dude, I don't know. We're gonna find out. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, we're gonna keep our foot on his necks. Just like ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no valley low enough to keep us up off your ass behind NeNe Leaks. Just know that, homeboy. And anybody else out there. Just know that. Because she don't know no better. She never been in the dating world. She doesn't know any better, and I can't fault her for that. This is why not that I think she's gonna watch this video or anything, but I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. She has no idea when it comes to dating what she's doing, and she's open to it, and I love that she's open to it. But when you go into that dating world without having a blueprint on what to do, you're just gonna go through a whole bunch of shit and kiss a whole bunch of frogs and get your feelings hurt, and in her case, be embarrassed because she's a public figure. You can't bring everybody out publicly either with you without knowing where y'all are going, without knowing where it's going, and you don't have to come on here and defend or say anything, NeNe, and defend everybody that you go out with. You don't have to say a damn thing to us. You really don't, but because you did, now I got this to say. Now I got something to say too. But if y'all was just having a little private dinner somewhere, nobody wouldn't have even known that you were dating him for us to even have anything to say. But it's because you're sitting courtside at the game with him, with your long blonde hair on, looking all like NeNe Leaks and shit, that everybody is going to be all up in your business. And so now that everybody has looked him up and discovered that he's a jerk, or not a jerk, that he has a past, even though he was, like I said, he was found not guilty of all of those charges except for one, and it was reduced to a misdemeanor. So let's just put that out there too. And let's just be honest with it. Let's just be honest too. I know she was excited, y'all. I know she was excited because old boy is an attorney and he's a handsome guy. Like is that him? He looked different in that video. Let's go back to that video where she was kissing him, because he looked way different in that video. He don't look too cute right there. He don't look as hot right there, but in this video, he was cute. It was pretty cute.
Do a real smile.
Like it. A real smile. Let's see. Let me see the smile.
He got dimples
Do
and
a
stuff.
real smile.
Like it. A real smile. Let's see. Let me see the smile. Let's see.
Go somewhere and sit down, So men tend to date multiple women all the time, 2 and 3 women at a time. So it's not my thing. It's not something that I like, but because I want to date with intention, I thought, let me try it anyway. So
Let me tell you something, NeNe. Don't just date 2 or 3 men. Go out there and get you about 10 of them bad boys. And this is what I mean. Okay, ladies. So after you make your list, this is what you do. So after you take the time and you make your list and you really meditate on it. I mean, when you're in the bathtub, when you're relaxing, when you're in your bed, think about, pull that phone out. If you have your list on your phone or a journal, pull it out and add to the list. Take your time to really make your list and to really think about the things that you absolutely have to have in a partner or a relationship, the things that you are willing to compromise on, and the things that are absolute deal breakers. Think about it, okay? And then when you start building up your list of interviewees as in men or people to date, men, women, whoever you date, whatever floats your boat, because this works for everybody. This works for men, women, whoever. This works for anybody who is dating or who is entering the dating world, okay? And when I say dating, again, we define dating over here as interviewing for the position of exclusive, okay? That's what dating is. You're interviewing for the position of being my main, my number one, my only. Until then, we just dating. Ain't no labels. We just dating. We going out. We interviewing, right? Until you are hired. So go out and get and date as many people as you can. people who you think are not your type, people who you would have normally not said yes to, people who maybe have been asking you or showing interest in you and you just weren't really interested in them. Give them a chance. Go on a date with them. And if you're nervous about being stuck on a date with somebody who you don't think you're going to be feeling, this is the key. Go early. Go early. And don't do anything. Don't commit to anything long. Commit to meeting for coffee. Commit to meeting for an appetizer instead of a full meal, an appetizer and a drink at lunch, or a happy hour drink, or a walk. Commit to meeting at the park and going for a walk if you walk, or if you exercise, commit to meeting at the gym, for a little workout together. And do it early. Do it early in the daytime. So that way, if you don't like each other, the date is over and that's it. You don't ever have to see them again. You go home and you check your list. Okay, they had something on there that was in my non-negotiable list. I don't ever have to talk to this person again, ever in my life. Or you can choose to tell them, if you think that this person has some potential, if you want to, you can give them the cheat sheet or just mention it to them in conversation that this is a non-negotiable for you, and see if that's something that they can compromise on. And if they can't, then end it. There's no point in ever going on another date with them again. There's no point in calling them back for a second interview. There's no point in calling them back for a call back after the go-see. There's no point in any of that, because they don't meet the criteria of what you're looking for in someone to be exclusive with. That's simple, right? And the reason I say go out with everybody, go out with everybody who asks you. Go out with people who you don't think you would normally go out with. If it's someone you're interested in, ladies, don't be afraid to ask them out. And you can ask them out to something simple like that, like meet them at the gym, meet them at the gym, meet them after work for a happy hour drink, something simple. And the reason I say that is because we can never determine what kind of package God is going to wrap our blessings in. Okay. So the person who you might have thought was too tall or too short or too fat or too skinny or too dark or too light or too broke or too snobby or too whatever the reason is, too busy or too boring, you don't know until you have made your list and you have spent some time with them and you have went home and evaluated and compared that experience to the experience that you have curated in your list. Okay? You don't know. So unless their physical appearance is on your list of deal breakers, then you still need to go out with them, right? Unless it's on your list of deal breakers that I will not date anybody that's under 5'5", and they're under 5'5", then that's a deal breaker for you, and that's okay. That's okay. But if that's not on your list, if that's not something that you thought enough of to really put on your list, go ahead and go out with them, because you don't know what kind of package God is going to wrap your gift in. Okay? So dating two people is nothing, NeNe. Baby, you don't even have enough candidates. You don't even have enough candidates to be with you. You need about at least 5 or 6 more before you can even make a decision. Because first of all, we know that old boy don't fit the list. We know he don't fit the list, because I know damn well that you want somebody that's going to protect you like Greg Leaks would. And we know that Yanni is not that person. Yanni is not the guy. He's not the one for you, NeNe. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Close the door on him. Trust me, honey. Let's go.
I simply went on a date. I'm not in a relationship with anybody. And I really hate that y'all had this man picture thrown all around online. Now y'all pulling up this man's past. It's just messed up. I was trying to be in my soft girl era. Damn, now I got to turn back to a time.
So keep in mind, y'all, NeNe has no experience dating. If you guys ever caught an episode of the show she had with Sierra Glam Shop, me and my homegirl, like NeNe has said so many times that she has never dated. She's not experienced with this. She don't know what she's doing. So she thinks that just dating is being in her soft girl era. Like, no, like my po friend in my head. My po friend in my head. She don't know. But NeNe, like you need to re-up your roster. Date them all. Date black, white, Asian, short, tall. And I know you think you want somebody that's rich. And I mean, if that's on your list or whatever, whatever. If that's on your list, then it's on your list, baby. That's on your list. And if they don't meet that criteria, what are we doing? What are we doing? Right? So, y'all, if you don't do nothing else, make you a list.
Boy, I just wanted to date with intention. And he's a nice guy. We went out, we had fun. I don't know what the future holds. We were not kissing as they have it, you're kissing. We pecked.
Yeah, y'all wasn't tonguing each other down, but you definitely kissed that dude in public and the shit is all over the place, okay? And that's not something that is abnormal. I mean, shit, it happens. So it's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. We know that's not your boyfriend. He is fine, though. She probably was thinking like, I'm going to kiss this one in public, baby, make Yanni jealous. But you doing some, if that's the case, NeNe, just like you bringing up Yanni in this video, like Yanni don't have nothing to do with this dude or what's going on right now. Like, if you're doing this to make Yanni jealous, then stop, because all that's doing is you are just curating more toxicity in that relationship that needs to end anyways, because he does not fit the criteria of what it should take to be with you. He doesn't. Okay? He doesn't. And I know that I could imagine that after being with Greg for so long and just having that unwavering companionship and friendship that they had and protection and the provider that she had in Greg, I could only imagine the loneliness that she must feel, because she probably never imagined life without Greg, And so she's at a place right now where she really doesn't know what the future holds, but that's where she has to take control of that, and she has to create her list of what she wants in the next person, and then she has to go out and date a whole bunch of people, just like a job interview, and see if they fit the criteria to be hired for the job of being NeNe Leakes' boo. Okay, if they don't fit the criteria, NeNe, stop wasting your time. Okay, but you got to make your list first, honey, because you don't have no experience out here. I'm telling you, the world ain't what it used to be, and these people don't all have good intentions. They don't, because at the end of the day, he knows you're NeNe Leakes, and he knows that sitting courtside at the game with you is going to get him a lot of attention too. So I hope that you knew about these charges and things that he had been through before you went courtside at the game with him. Because if you did and you were okay with that, then that's one thing. But if you didn't know about it and you're finding out because people are putting it all over the internet, then that's something different, because he should have definitely told you, because he should have known that just being with you was going to have it come out. And again, that's your reputation and it's people in your business. So you have to be careful about that, because you are NeNe Leakes, and there's going to be a lot of drifters out there that be willing to sit courtside at the game with you just because. Young ones, old ones, black ones, white ones, whatever. So you keep their asses secret until they deserve to be seen public with you, because being seen public with you automatically puts them on a different level. You fucking NeNe Leakes, bitch. You NeNe Leakes. Okay? So being seen with them is going to automatically put them on a different level, and it's going to automatically put them before the world where they may not have been before. So until they deserve that, you keep their low asses public. You keep their low asses private. Keep them on the down low, okay? They're not your boyfriends. Nobody needs to be seen public with you unless they are. I mean, it's okay if you're dating them. It's okay to be seen public with people who you're not exclusive with. That's not what I'm saying, but not courtside at the game and not kissing. He don't deserve that. He don't deserve that kind of clout off of you just yet. Okay? We're not doing that. It's one thing to be seen at a dinner with him. It's another thing to be seen kissing him and smiling for the cameras. We're not doing that yet, NeNe. That's too fast. That's too much too fast. Okay, sis?
Okay, there's a difference between kissing and pecking. We just pecked. We were drinking, just having fun and laughing and taking pictures with friends. We had no idea that somebody in our little friend circle would send a video over to the blogs and have us all out here like this today. I'm dating, okay, with intention. If you guys know somebody I should date, let me know. Send me an email. My email is up on my Instagram. They have to be at the same level or higher.
NeNe said she ain't about to be like Candy and Ty, baby. She said, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not doing that. They got to be right here or above. And that could be on your list. That could be on your list of requirements. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's your list, baby. You're curating the future you want. You are sitting down with intention. The intention is to find somebody who meets your criteria. That's the intention. When you say you're dating with intention, the intention is to find someone who meets your criteria. But if you don't know, if you're not clear about what that criteria is, then you're just dating. You just out here, you're just out here in these dating streets. And that's not what we want to do, because dating with intention means knowing what it is that you're looking for, what you want, what you're willing to compromise on, and what your deal breakers are. Until you make that list, you don't need to be dating. Okay? So dating 101, make your list. Make your list. 3 things, 3 columns, okay? What you absolutely have to have in a partner in relationship, things you're willing to compromise on in a partner in relationship, and things that are absolute deal breakers in a partner or relationship. Then go out and date as many people as you can. As many people as you can. I don't care what they look like, unless what they look like is a part of your deal breakers. Okay, that's different. But otherwise, date as many people as you can, and then go back and compare them to your list. If they have anything in that deal breaker category, you don't go out with them again. It's just that simple. Okay? This is the advice that I give all the little girls that sit in my chair, all the young ladies that are dating and in the dating world that come into my salon. And I know that this works. I know that it works because I have seen it over the past 30 years. And this is what I've come up with. This is what my therapist friend said. And I have told people this, and it works. Okay. So y'all go tell NeNe, run tell NeNe. This is the rule, the number 1 rule and the biggest mistake that she has made. And y'all get to know it too. Okay, tell me what y'all think in the comments. If y'all agree, if y'all have tried it, if you're gonna try it, let me know in the comments. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with a friend, because sharing is caring. Okay, and everybody needs to hear this. We need to go back and learn how to date, especially as Black women. We need to go back and learn how to date. Share this video, watch the video, and then get out there. Until next time, people, from my sweet to your sweet, peace out. Now go date. Let's make it a hot girl summer.